In this video, I'm gonna share a real way of really transforming your life, and it is, as mentioned by Neville, it is writing your own obituary. And so what does Neville really mean when he says writing your obituary? If you think of yourself as dead, as a person who's in the past, what does it really mean? We'll get that into the video. My name is Rohit, and I've been studying about law of attraction manifestation for years now, and my goal with the channel is to help people expand their consciousness and help them create their dream life, their dream reality that they're looking for. So I wanted to read out a few lines from Neville Goddard's book, The 5 Lessons, and he talks about this topic and what does he mean when he says that, right? So first he said, you must this night, not tomorrow, learn the technique of writing your own obituary, and so completely die to what you are that no man in this world can tell you where you buried the old man. So when he is saying that, he's talking about the consciousness or the current state of consciousness we become. I've actually heard some millionaires talk about it, and you can even watch people on YouTube, and if they watch their interviews, a lot of them had to really let go of this old concept of themselves they had. And I remember one of the very famous dating channel, that guy, he's a millionaire, and he was saying that you have to become a millionaire in your mind first before it becomes your reality. So you become a millionaire inside first, in your mind's eye first, before that thing actually becomes a reality. And that is exactly what Neville is talking about in this video, because what he really means when he says that is that we have to totally let go of the old concept of ourselves we have, and we have to literally die, as in sense that consciousness we had before has to be completely erased in such a way that when you are the new person, you're the new person who's conscious of being, nobody can actually, even by looking at you, by talking to you, speaking to you, nobody can actually even think or imagine that you were that person in the past who had all these issues and all these problems, or was the old consciousness, right? So that is what he's talking about. And I'm pretty sure all of us had those experiences in life sometimes, that we have seen and met some people, and we actually have seen them after a few years, and we were like, mate, dude, I didn't even recognize you. I mean, you look so different. Everything about you has changed. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you communicate with people, everything has changed. What has really changed? This is not the old you. I'm really surprised. And a lot of people are really surprised, and sometimes they don't even recognize those people. But the point being is, those people have not just physically changed, they have changed in their consciousness, in their ability. They have died to their old concept of self so completely, in such a way that the new version or the new concept of themselves is even not able to recognize. Other people are not even able to recognize that this is the same person. That is how powerful that shift in consciousness has been. Few more lines I would like to read, and he talks about is, so he says, if I now know that what I want to be, and assume that I am it, and walk as though I were, I become it. And becoming it is and in becoming it, I so completely die to my former concept of self that I cannot point to any place in this world and say, that is where my former self is. Okay. Self is buried. I so completely died that I defy posterity to ever find where I buried my old self. There must be someone in this room who will so completely transform himself or herself in this world that his immediate close friends and family will not recognize them. That's what he said. And there have been people, and I've met these people, some of them have been my friends, and I've received these comments from some of my friends, that you have changed, the way you talk has changed, you have a certain level of assurity about you. Or I mean, I've heard so many different things from different people. But the biggest shift which actually has happened here is not in an external world. It's not how we carry ourselves. Some people might have consciously tried to improve their communication skills, their body language, or the way they carry themselves, or they have consciously tried to give money away, or consciously tried to help people. But the real shift which has happened is really in their consciousness. This is where the real shift has happened, in their mind, in their psyche, in their consciousness. And they created a new self-image of themselves which they carry, and that new self-image is so true and so consistent with what they wanted to be that they have become that person, and that image has completely transformed. And that is when you meet all these people, you see, oh, this person has totally transformed himself or herself. They're not the same person. I mean, I've seen them before, I've met them before, but they are so different. It is so very different than what they used to be. And this thing really blew my mind when I actually heard interviews of some millionaires and some people who are almost going to become billionaire, and talking about how they had to change in their mindset, in their consciousness, how they had to think really big, or like they had to make the goals 10 times bigger so that they grow and evolve into that person who can really achieve those goals. And so the real shift was in their mindset, in their consciousness, in their psyche. And that is what really changed the direction of their life. So this is what Neville Goddard meant by writing your obituary. And it is not what most people think. It is about tying to your old concept of yourself. So if your old concept of yourself was always struggling with health issues, always had problems, your new concept of yourself feels vital, feels energetic, feels like all his internal body functions are working properly, they're great. He feels great. He feels great inside, he has energy. And then the 3D world around him or her will shift in such a way that it will become in alignment with their psyche, with their consciousness. And that is where all the magic takes place. That is where all the powerful things happen. And this is what I've seen in my life again and again. And it is amazing how it works. So I wish you got great value out of this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel so this message can reach more people. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below. I would love to reply. I would love to read your comments. And until then, I wish you great success in your manifesting sessions, and take care. Cheers.